Welcome to Morning Joan, darling. I'm so glad you're joining me today for a fresh cup of tea and all the latest scoop from the world of entertainment. Now let's dive right into our top story, shall we? Cardi B is making history, honey. She's just become the first female rapper with 3 solo top 10 debuts on the Billboard Hot 100 chart. Can you believe it? This woman is a force to be reckoned with, and her latest single, Outside, from her upcoming album, Am I the Drama, has solidified her position as a queen of hip-hop. Now, what makes this milestone so special, sweetie, is that many rappers, both male and female, often get their Billboard entries through collaborations and features with other artists. But not Cardi B, darling. She's got 13 top 10 hits overall, and 3 of them are solo debuts. That's right, folks, she's doing it all on her own, and her fans, the Barty Gang, are eating it up. We all know Cardi's story, from her breakout success on Vaughn's Love and Hip Hop, New York, to her certified diamond hit Bodak Yellow. And let's be real, she's been releasing hit after hit ever since. But what's truly iconic about this achievement is that it shows the industry is finally shifting in favor of female rappers. We've got a whole new generation of women in hip-hop who are carving out their own paths and reshaping the genre. And can we talk about Cardi's collaborations for a second? She's worked with everyone from Megan Thee Stallion to Glorilla, Lizzo, and Latto. These women are all killing the game, and it's so exciting to see them supporting each other and pushing the boundaries of what hip-hop can be. So there you have it, folks. Cardi B is here to stay, and she's paving the way for a whole new generation of female rap. We'll be keeping an eye on her, that's for sure. And speaking of tea, we've got plenty more where that came from. We'll be right back with more tea on Morning Joan. Welcome back to Morning Joan, darlings. I hope you're all still buzzing from our first segment about Cardi B's latest fashion faux pas. Now let's dive into something a little more comic book chic. You know I love a good superhero story, and today we've got a doozy for you. So you might have heard that Jim Shooter, the legendary former editor-in-chief of Marvel Comics, has passed away. Can you believe it? The man who brought us some of the most iconic X-Men storylines, not to mention those fabulous 80s-era graphic novels, is no longer with us. But what a legacy he leaves behind. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, Joan, who's Jim Shooter? Well, let me tell you, sweethearts. This man was the real deal. He broke into comics at just 14 years old, writing for DC's Superboy and the Legion of Superheroes. And from there, he went on to become one of the most influential editors in the industry. But, as we all know, with great power comes great controversy. Shooter's tenure at Marvel was marked by creative blow-ups and scandals, including that infamous Phoenix storyline that still has fans debating to this day. And let's not forget his, shall we say, passionate approach to editing. Some loved him for it, while others, well, not so much. Who can forget the time he insisted on killing off the X-Men's Phoenix character, despite the objections of the creative team? Talk about a bold move. And then there was the whole royalties debacle, which ultimately led to his departure from Marvel. But, as Bill Sienkiewicz so eloquently put it, he really polarized people. But it was because he had a passion for what he was doing. Now, I'm not here to sugarcoat things, darlings. Shooter's career was marked by ups and downs, and he certainly made his fair share of enemies along the way. But you can't deny the impact he had on the comic book industry as a whole. Without him, we might not have seen the rise of those fabulous 80s-era creators like Frank Miller and Walter Simonson. So, as the comic book world mourns the loss of this towering figure, let's take a moment to appreciate his contributions. From his early days as a writer to his later ventures with Valiant Comics and beyond, Shooter left an indelible mark on the industry. And as Paul Levitz so beautifully put it, we competed sometimes, didn't think he could get Marvel's management to follow our lead and start royalties since it would be much more expensive for them, but he did. The drama. The intrigue. It's all just so deliciously comic book chic. Well, that's all for this segment, folks. Stay tuned for today's last cup of tea, right here on Morning Joan. Welcome back to Morning Joan, darlings. We're wrapping up today's show with a story that's got everyone talking, the controversy surrounding RuPaul's Drag Race and their use of AI-generated content. Now, I know what you're thinking, Joan. What's the tea? Well, let me spill it for you. It all started when the RuPaul's Drag Race YouTube account released a video titled Jinx and Plasma's Gay Adventure, featuring animated versions of the two drag queens. Sounds cute, right? But here's the thing. The video was created using AI, and fans were not having it. They took to social media to express their concerns about the use of AI in a show that's all about celebrating artistry and creativity. Now, I'm all for innovation and trying new things, but when it comes to drag, authenticity is key. And let's be real, darlings, AI-generated content just doesn't cut it. As one fan pointed out, Drag Race has the money to commission queer artists. They didn't have to use AI. I mean, can you imagine if they had hired a talented artist to create this video instead? It would have been a masterpiece, honey. But what's even more interesting is how the show's producers handled the backlash. Instead of standing their ground and defending their decision, they listened to the fans and removed the video from public view. Now, that's what I call taking feedback and running with it, sweethearts. So, what does this say about the future of Drag Race and AI? Well, for now, it seems like they're putting authenticity at the forefront of their brand. And honestly, I couldn't be more proud of them for that. In a world where everyone's trying to cut corners and make a quick buck, it's refreshing to see a show that values artistry and creativity above all else. And that's not just limited to Drag Race, darlings. This controversy raises bigger questions about the role of AI in the entertainment industry as a whole. Are we going to start seeing more AI-generated content in our favorite TV shows and movies? And if so, what does that mean for the artists and creatives who make their living bringing these stories to life? These are all questions for another time, but for now, let's just say that I'm thrilled to see Drag Race taking a stand for authenticity. And if you're as passionate about this topic as I am, be sure to share your thoughts with us on social media using the hashtag #MorningJoan. That's all for today's Morning Joe. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, stay fabulous.